Adam Hadley is the founder of Tech Against Terrorism. He joins us now live from London. Now, Adam, thousands of Palestinians say they're being shadow banned. Would you say this is a deliberate effort to suppress Palestinian voices, or can we chalk this down to poor content moderation practices?
At Tech Against Terrorism, we work with tech companies all around the world to help them disrupt the terrorist use of their services. And what we often say is it's important to have a broad range of solutions in place, from removing content to also reducing the reach of material. So in principle, reducing reach of material is a legitimate tool that can be used by tech companies. However, it's very important that tech companies are transparent about what they are doing and why.
And how neutral is this discourse that we're seeing online right now? Is it slanted towards one side?
What we're seeing online at the moment, as a reflection of society, is a polarization of views. And certainly what we're seeing on social media reflects this. More specifically, though, what we are seeing is an incredibly high degree of terrorist use of the internet right now, in terms of violent imagery being shared by terrorist organizations. And for the most part, the tech sector is doing a very good job in ensuring that the very worst criminal terrorist content is being removed from the internet.
What would you say is most concerning to you right now, based on your assessment of what you've been seeing online?
What's most concerning for us at Tech Against Terrorism right now is the fact that there is such a large amount of extremely violent, graphic terrorist material being shared. And the tech companies are working hard to deal with this. However, the levels that we're seeing are unprecedented.
Do you think that social media giants, in terms of the deluge of social media content that we're seeing now, are they too slow? Is it too insane a task for them to be able to moderate all this content that's coming through, especially illegal, violent, dangerous content, misinformation?
Well, at Tech Against Terrorism, we primarily focus on officially branded content. That's to say, content that's been produced by designated terrorist organizations. And in fact, this is fairly concentrated on a number of sources, on a small number of messaging platforms in particular. So whilst there is a very large amount of material from the general public, from people on the ground, that's definitely not in scope of Tech Against Terrorism. What we focus on is content that has been officially branded by designated terrorist organizations. And there are only a small number of sources of that material. However, it can spread very quickly indeed.
Yeah, and we've seen that on Telegram and other websites as well. Now, your organization, Tech Against Terrorism, you have a mechanism that has been kickstarted to flag dangerous content during this conflict. Now, how exactly does that work?
We have some software called the Terrorist Content Analytics Platform, which helps to identify, verify, and alert this material to platforms as soon as we find it. And primarily, we focus on content that has been officially branded, for instance, by Al-Qassam brigades or other designated terrorist organizations.
And what more, like just very quickly before we wrap up, what more do you think social media platforms can do in terms of reining in such harmful content online?
Well, we believe that designated terrorist organizations, for instance, organizations that are designated by the UN, by the EU, and so on, do not have a place on the internet. And we ask for tech platforms, not only social media, but also messaging platforms, to ensure that they're not giving a platform for terrorists.
Thank you so much, Adam, for those insights into dangerous content online right now.